Have you noticed that all over the world, voters have settled into a new voting strategy? Whether they tend to vote on the left or on the right, there is one change in how they're all voting, and that new strategy is to let it burn. Today we're exploring that trend and what to do about it. I guess I'm getting old. I remember when politics was a battle of ideas. Okay, maybe that's idealized. Maybe there's always been personal attacks. Sometimes the national mood was one of anger. But today, something has changed. Voting is no longer a decision on governance. Instead, it's a catharsis, a release of emotion, and particularly the emotions of anger and frustration. People are no longer voting for the best ideas. They're just voting for someone who promises to break the establishment. There are several reasons for this. First of all, there is the perception that politicians no longer care what the common man is experiencing. Politicians are dealing with the deep and weighty issues of modern life, and they don't care whether you have a job or feel safe in your home. They don't care about your kids and whether they'll ever have a house. This is exactly why Donald Trump was elected the first time. The Democrats didn't seem to care about the Rust Belt. They had weightier concerns, and anyone who disagreed with them was a deplorable or a racist. And then along comes Donald Trump saying that he was going to bring manufacturing back to America. And that resonated with voters. They didn't care if some of his policies were wacky, so they took a chance on electing Trump. I'm not a big Michael Moore fan, but have a look at this clip where he hit the nail on the head.
Well, back in the summer, I wrote an essay called The Brexit States, right. Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, that the working class that has been so abused and attacked and their livelihood taken from them over these last really couple decades, they're at the point where they're so angry and full of so much despair that I could see that they were going to use the ballot box as an anger management exercise.
You've called it a middle finger to the establishment.
Yes, or Trump being their human Molotov cocktail that they just get to throw into the system today and blow it up.
So there's a message to politicians all over the world. If you don't show you care about bread and butter issues for the common man, that common man is going to vote to break the system. Regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, the voters were angry and frustrated and prepared to burn it all down rather than to vote for people they thought didn't care. Let me know if you agree. Regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, why do you think he got elected twice? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you would like to encourage me to continue making original content, please subscribe to this channel. But there's other reasons why the voters are prepared to burn it all down. For example, the 3-second attention span where people read the headlines and not the articles. If you just read the headlines, you're certain to get outraged because headlines are all about getting views rather than conveying a message. Headlines are about an emotional response to lure you into investing more time into the article or the video. If you just read the headline, you won't get all the facts. You will fall victim to rage farming. The best digital marketing people in the world are doing their best to get an emotional response out of you. And so it is no wonder that the emotional response is, burn it all down. Here's another one. The nonstop attack ads. They aren't designed to help you decide how to vote. They're about your emotions. They're intended to get you mad about the other guy, mad enough to give money, mad enough to show up to vote, mad enough to take a chance of burning it all down. Because your opponent is an awful person who just doesn't care. And then there is hyperpartisanship. The other guy is no longer wrong. Now he's evil. His party is evil. His ideas are evil. He is evil because he's corrupt. And he's also a racist. Did I mention that he's evil? And so people are willing to vote for the guy who will burn it all down rather than let that other guy into office. So what do we do about it? The first thing is to step back and chill out. When it comes to the next election, think through the issues and decide who has the best policy. Also, ignore the people who are just trying to get you angry. They don't care about good governance. They just want to get you mad. Don't give in to them. Also, when a politician fails, throw him out. Don't keep re-electing him just because he's used emotional manipulation to convince you that the other guy is scary. Burn it all down is not a successful strategy for a country or a civilization. Laughing at chaos as a politician breaks down social structures is not the path of wisdom. Walking into the polling station angry is not the way to produce good governance. Make sure your vote counts.